There is a species of bear that not only stands upright and walks on two legs like humans, but it can also carry its young and even wave like a performer. What makes them able to do that? Join me and my companion Zim on a journey to discover the sun bear, the species known as the standing bear, and learn the secrets behind these fascinating abilities. But before we begin, don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss any of our exciting adventures. Zim, my close friend and an avid animal researcher, and I had planned an adventure into the rainforests of Southeast Asia. Little did we know that this seemingly ordinary trip would lead to an extraordinary encounter. Amidst the dense trees, a strange creature suddenly appeared before us. A sun bear. But that wasn't all. It was the bear's unusual behavior and special abilities that left us stunned. Captivated by the mystery, we decided to follow it and explore everything hidden behind this remarkable animal. As we continued watching, the sun bear suddenly stood upright on its hind legs, looking just like a person disguised in shiny black fur. Zim, look, is it trying to imitate humans? I whispered, unable to hide my surprise. Zim smiled and explained, "This is one of the most fascinating behaviors of sun bears. Sometimes they stand on their hind legs, making people mistake them for someone in a bear costume. But actually, this is just a natural habit. They stand this way to get a better view of their surroundings or to reach food." I watched as the bear returned to walking on all fours and began digging at the base of a tree. Curious, I asked, "It's looking for food, right? What do they usually eat, Zim?" Zim quickly answered, "Sun bears are omnivores with a very diverse diet. They forage for food in their environment, eating insects like ants, bees, termites, and beetles. They especially love honey and can use their long tongues, about 8 to 10 inches, which is 20 to 25 centimeters, to lap up honey from beehives. Besides insects, they also eat fruits, plants, and even small animals like bird chicks and small mammals. They are very flexible and can find food anywhere in the forest." As I continued observing, I couldn't help but marvel at the bear's small but powerful build. Compared to the giant North American grizzly bears that Zim had told me about, which can weigh over 700 pounds, or about 320 kilograms, the sun bear seemed tiny in the bear world. Zim explained that male sun bears typically weigh between 110 and 175 pounds, which is 50 to 80 kilograms, while females weigh between 65 and 110 pounds, or about 30 to 50 kilograms. From head to tail, they only measure about 4 to 5 feet, which is 1.2 to 1.5 meters, quite small compared to other bear species. I looked closer and noticed a striking golden patch of fur on the bear's chest. "Zim, look, it's like there's a little sun rising on its chest," I exclaimed. Zim nodded, explaining, "This unique patch of fur is one of the key features of sun bears. Although they're found in various places like Malaysia, China, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar, all sun bears share this golden or white marking on their chest, resembling a rising sun." I couldn't help but wonder about the name of this bear. "Why are they called sun bears, Zim?" I asked. Zim laughed and explained, "The name sun bear comes from their sturdy body and short snout, which makes them look more like a large dog than a bear. But don't let their size or name fool you. They are incredibly strong and agile." Just then, the sun bear stood on its hind legs again, this time raising one paw as if it were waving at us. "Look, it's like it's trying to communicate with us." I couldn't contain my excitement. Zim chuckled. "Sun bears are known for their human-like behaviors. They often stand upright and sometimes even wave as if greeting someone. These bears mainly live in trees, so their ability to move on two legs helps them adapt well to their environment." As we kept watching, I realized that whenever the sun bear stood on its hind legs, it wasn't just trying to imitate humans. "Zim, I guess they don't stand up just to wave at us, do they?" I asked, still watching the bear closely. Zim smiled and nodded. The sun bear's upright stance not only makes them look like humans, but it also has practical benefits in the wild. When standing, they can free their front claws, making it easier to reach food in high places, like fruits or honey from beehives. At that moment, the sun bear started using its long claws to carefully peel away a layer of bark, searching for termites hidden underneath. "Look at that. It's really skillful," I said, amazed at how this small animal could perform such tricky tasks. Zim continued, "Besides using their claws, sun bears have another secret weapon, their tongue, which is about 8 to 10 inches long, which is 20 to 25 centimeters. This is the longest tongue of any bear species, allowing them to easily gather food from deep, narrow places like beehives or cracks in trees." As we stood watching, the sun bear extended its long, snaking tongue, carefully licking honey from a crack in the tree. Its tongue moved so flexibly that it seemed like it could reach every corner. "Impressive! They're not just skillful, but are equipped with amazing tools for survival," I said, marveling at nature's ingenuity. Zim agreed and continued to explain more about the sun bear's behavior. Sun bears also stand upright to check their surroundings, especially when they feel threatened. By standing up, they can show off the golden or white patch on their chest, which acts as a warning signal to predators like tigers. This upright posture also allows them to sniff the air from a higher vantage point, helping them detect danger or food more easily. I listened intently, watching the bear patiently gather the last drops of honey. "Zim, I never imagined such a small bear could handle dangerous predators like tigers." Zim smiled, admiration evident in his eyes for this small but powerful creature. Sun bears may be small in size, but they are never easy prey. With their unique abilities and intelligence, they've earned their place in the rainforest's food chain. We kept watching, and suddenly, the sun bear stood up again, its sharp eyes scanning the surroundings. I couldn't hide my surprise and quickly asked Zim, "Why is it standing like that?" Zim, with a knowing smile, explained, "Female sun bears often stand upright when carrying their young. This posture helps them detect predators from a distance and quickly move their cubs to safety." It's hard to believe, I thought to myself, looking at them like this. Who would have guessed they're so clever at protecting their young? Zim continued, "Recently, a sun bear named Angela became a sensation on social media. She lives at Hangzhou Zoo in China and became famous after standing upright and waving at visitors like a human. Angela's behavior led many people to believe it wasn't a real bear, but a person in a bear costume. I was becoming more and more fascinated by this small bear species. Not only do they have remarkable survival skills, but they also seem to communicate with humans in their own unique way." Zim smiled and continued, "Sun bears are truly full of surprises. The exact reason why they wave is still unclear. Biologists at the University of Arizona have suggested that sun bears evolved to become expert climbers with incredible dexterity. And maybe they wave simply because they can, a testament to their agility and intelligence." Zim's voice softened, reflecting a hint of concern. Although sun bears are special and intelligent creatures, sadly, they are facing significant threats in the wild. Sun bears are classified as vulnerable on the International Union for Conservation of Nature's (IUCN) Red List. The primary reasons are habitat loss and rampant poaching. The rainforests where they live are shrinking rapidly due to deforestation and urban development, causing them to lose their natural shelter and food sources. I felt a twinge of sadness. And poaching. Why are they hunted? Zim sighed, his expression serious. Sun bears are poached for two main reasons. First, they are hunted for their honey, which is believed to have medicinal properties in traditional Eastern medicine. Second, people hunt them for their paws, which are considered a delicacy in some areas. a gruesome practice that's sadly still popular. I shuddered at the thought, unable to imagine how such a lovable and intelligent animal could face such a grim fate. Zim, what can we do to help protect them? Zim smiled, though concern still lingered in his eyes. Awareness and education are the first steps. When people understand more about sunbears and the dangers they face, hopefully, there will be more efforts to protect them, from preserving their habitat to preventing poaching. As we left the forest, the image of the sun bear stayed clear in my mind. This adventure wasn't just a journey of discovery, but also a reminder of our responsibility to nature. Sun bears, with their unique traits and incredible adaptability, are struggling to survive in a world filled with human threats. We must take action to protect this species, to ensure that animals like the sun bear do not disappear forever. If you found this story interesting and meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our future adventures.